Hi, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Sky.
And you're not mistaken, this is a baby on my back. This is Chase. And welcome to dinner this month. At dinner this month, our mission is to help busy, frugal families to make healthy home-cooked meals and save time and money doing it. So Sky and I are part of a group of 8 women, and we're going to kind of show you what we do at our dinner this month group. Only we're doing it on a smaller scale for you guys. So.
Right, so let's get started. We're going to make chicken tortilla soup, which is one of everybody's favorite meals. And just for today, we're just going to do 2. Normally we have a set of 8 meals that we assemble all at the same time. We've got one that's with chicken and a vegetarian one, because we do have some people who like vegetarian food in our group.
And we have, with our dinner this month, we have a list of bagging instructions. So every group we come to, we'll have a set of instructions and a set of ingredients, and we just sort of show up and follow along. That's what we're going to do today.
Right, and we usually like to start with the dry ingredients first so that it doesn't get too messy. So we're going to start out with cumin. We got 2 teaspoons of cumin we want to put in here.
Cumin. 1, 2. You mentioned there's chicken in here, right?
Right, and we like to start with the dry ingredients so that if we put the wet ingredients in first, sometimes it'll spill over, so we try to avoid that. We want 2 teaspoons of chili powder.
2, you said?
Right.
Okay, 1 and 2. Love the way chili powder smells. 1, 2. There we go. Okay.
All right, we need 4 teaspoons of paprika.
This one is
right. We buy this one in bulk. It's a big giant container. We try to buy it in bulk when we can. Try to keep the cost down as much as possible. We have a pantry that we keep everything with that travels around from house to house.
And I'm the one who never knows what any of the spices are, so it's really helpful that we write the names on the lids.
Right.
Okay, how much of this?
4.
4. Okay, oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what next?
All right, we need cayenne pepper, just a 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
Enough.
Right, and while you're doing that, I'm going to add in, we've got chicken bouillon powder that we're going to have to add water to later. And we measured that out because it's a...
Because our bags would overflow. If we added the water now, our bags would overflow and not fit in our freezers.
Right, and we got some Worcester sauce here too.
I never know how to say that. That was Worcestershire.
Yeah, well.
Worcestershire? I don't know.
All right, so now we can go ahead and move to the onions and garlic here. Add these 2 things in.
Okay, how much onions?
We need a cup of onions. I'll measure out a cup of onions. Why don't you get the garlic? We need 4 tablespoons of garlic.
If I were a tablespoon. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, 4. This is a tablespoon.
All right.
Okay.
Now the onions, you can chop them up yourself. We like to buy them already chopped. Saves everybody some tears on cookie night. But you could chop them yourself if you feel like doing that.
You said 4, right?
Right.
Okay.
4 teaspoons of that.
4.
Okay, and while you are measuring that, I'm going to pour in some green chilies. It's 14 ounces, which is about half of this container.
Here, I'll hold it.
Okay, some green chilies.
That looks like about half.
Right.
Okay.
And okay, here comes the messy part. We've got to put in some diced tomatoes. We buy a nice big container of diced tomatoes. We're going to do 3½ cups of this
Okay.
into each bag.
Ooh, that here.
Real messy. I know.
Gotta get the chunks of tomatoes in, not just the juice.
All right, that's 3½ for this one.
Okay, I'll trade you.
And you know, a lot of this is an estimation. You know, it's a soup. It doesn't matter if it's a little more, a little less, a few things. And you can always customize meals. You know, if you like soup to be a little more tomatoey, you can add more tomatoes and add more beans. However you like it, really.
And we've learned in our group we like to minimize trash at the end of the night, so we try and make sure the can winds up empty.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
All right, we're going to add some beans and corn. Now with these, you can buy the big containers like this of beans and corn, save some money. Or sometimes we'll just send people home with a can of beans and corn and they can add it in later. It just depends really on how much space people have in their freezers and what the price of everything is, because we like to keep the price down. And buying in bulk definitely keeps the price down for everyone.
What did I just do? Oh, 2 and 2. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You gotta keep your eye on me.
directions.
2 and cans of beans. And you can see our bags are getting really full.
Right, this is a full recipe. Not all the recipes end up this full. This is a big bag here.
Doozy.
All right, and we're gonna put some cheese, measure that into a bag. We need 2 cups of cheese. This is just a garnish, so for the sake of time, we're just gonna pour some cheese into the bag.
Plus,
And,
again, we don't want to go home. We don't want to finish our dinner this month group having a lot of leftover ingredients, so we try and just sort of divide what we have by 8.
Right. Oops, I'm making a mess.
That's all right.
Okay. So now these bags of cheese, we're going to put them inside of our bag of soup. Not everybody likes them in the bag of soup. They sometimes think they're messy, but it keeps it a lot easier for everybody. They know what ingredients go with each meal that way.
And for me, I like things idiot-proof, so my favorite thing about the chicken tortilla soup recipe is that when I take it out of my freezer, it looks like this, and all I have to do to cook it is take out the cheese and dump it in my crock pot and we're good to go. But I don't have to go looking somewhere else for the cheese. Or the tortilla chips, if I decided to use those for a garnish, I would have to remember that they're in my cupboard.
Right, so yeah, when you're cooking it, you can add some tortilla chips. The cheese is a garnish. You can also add avocado, and that's just by choice. You can leave those off and, make a healthier meal without the cheese and chips if you want to.
But so for all of you guys who've been asking us, how do we do this? This is just one really easy recipe, but this is how we do it.
Right, and it's yummy.